We're all watching it. That's good. Alrighty. Is that been fun? Alright, people are getting on, so let's sit down, ladies. Let's rock it out. Awesome. Whoop. Boom. I'm shoving this one off. Okay. How are we all? Look at this. Look at this.
Whoa, what have we got? I know. There's so many.
Can we just move Nats a little bit? Yeah, turn it that way. Awesome, we're in.
This is funny.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
You can see our rough heads on 4 cameras.
I can see one rough head.
Oh.
One rough head is me.
I purposely went the Wolverine, alright?
It's called.
Alright, so welcome everyone. How are we all going? There is four stream networks there. You've got Maddie G in the house. I can't see who else is on there. But we're saying hello to you all. Has everyone got water?
Okay, they need you to.
Alright, it's like having 4 grown-up baby women.
No.
No. She's a fighter.
That's like, I don't think so.
Let's get it done.
Alright, so let's rock this out. So thank you everyone for joining us on your Saturday. This is like the panel, you know. This is awesome.
Oh, this is awesome. We need to do this more often.
I reckon we're going to have to buy rights to Channel 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to talk over each other because we're all introverts. But get used to it because we have to. Alright, so everyone is good and we're going to rock this out. So the whole purpose of this water to make sure it doesn't get a lady in the face, is obviously to glorify these amazing ladies, their journey, you know, through where they've been. You can say dark times into the light. But more importantly, the strategies. Obviously, we had this absolute superstar. When was it? It was on Thursday? Or no? What day was it? Wednesday. Can't remember.
No.
We can't remember. too many live streams.
Wednesday night.
So what I'm going to really be able to do is being able to get out the real good things of you know, the juicy parts of what these ladies have been through in their lives, and to empower not just other ladies. That's the main thing, of course, because ladies empower ladies, but also empower you guys men to wake the fuck up because ladies are overtaking us. Okay?
Oh yeah! What did you just say?
I don't know. That was unconscious confidence.
Oh yeah!
Let me just say they've got a knife in my backyard.
No,
Like,
no chance.
There's a reason why you're in the middle though.
and I've grown my Wolverine, so I'm really standing out.
muscular.
Because otherwise I do shave and I might blend in too much. Because I am quite feminine as well, start crying, right? So, I'm blushing. Lucky you can't see. Can you see the light? Alright, so let's get this rock and rolling. So obviously we have the beautiful Natalie. I'm doing opposites here. Look at them pointing that way. Let me, Eleni.
Yeah.
See, there you go. First time I said it, she's going to change your name.
Yes.
And the other Natalie. So obviously everyone knows Natalie Alexander, Natalie Jane, and Eleni Tapaniakis.
Yes.
I don't know. But we'll just go with that. So I always say if we're not having fun, then we're doing something wrong. True?
100%.
So the way we're going to roll with this, and the ladies can 100% back up, we haven't got, obviously Nat is very organised, she's got notes, but I am going to keep this. She is organised. Absolute trooper. These two.
Speak from the heart.
Just roll with it. Roll with it.
Whatever happens, whatever will be.
That's it. So I'm going to make them as feeling as uncomfortable but comfortable as possible, if that makes sense. And we're gonna rock this out. So we're gonna really be taking you guys on a journey. Like I said, there's gonna be such a cross-sectional understanding of how many different people. We have to move the water because it's covering you up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody water.
She's a
Bully.
Cover up.
So firstly, I'm going to start with you, Miss Natalie Alexander.
Hello.
Alexander. So everyone give her a round of applause.
Boxing that.
So through your journey, obviously, you know, Leigh was very early in the stages and she was watching from afar. I met the other beautiful Nat through Ryan, Chocolate Thunder, and I think he's on...
Chocolate Thunder!
He's never on my live stream, mate. You're going to have to write friends agreement. It's good. So, through your journey, what I understand that was of self-discovery, you know, realization. You knew you had a lot more in you. You're doing amazing things anyway. You know, you're a mother of 2 beautiful girls,
Yes.
and you know, you're in a part of your life where you're just really finding who you are, what's fitting and what isn't. And then you came across and we got in contact just out of the blue to do the workshop together.
Yeah, the 2-day workshop, that was amazing for me.
And
That was amazing.
and that was a big start with that.
It
And,
was.
and then we'll get into so then we did the workshop, and then you made a great connection, and you're really important about unity and environment. It's been massive for you.
Correct.
And then you came to, like, you really pushed through, come to the retreat, and then what you experienced at the retreat will go over,
Yeah.
and then now you're absolutely rocking it. So.
Thank you. It's quite an experience to be here. I think I was ready for change. I had a lot of things going on. I felt really lost. You know, when you're going through a separation with someone who you've committed to for 20 years, to find that they don't want you anymore, what does that look like for who you are? It's completely devastating. So I'm still on that path of self-discovery, but made the choice to choose myself and actually do some work to actually work out what the hell that looks like. And I'm here today to actually share that, to make sure everyone's clear that there's more for yourself out there, and you deserve it, and you should go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So what was the main thing when you say work on yourself? Because you've been, you're a professional fighter, 5-0. So that's why I'm going to watch what I'm going to say. And you've actually been in a bikini comp as well. Is 1 or 2?
Two.
Yeah.
I have done 2 fitness model competitions where I got up on stage. So if you ever feel like you don't know who you are, and you know, if you're going to put yourself out there in any way, this is the most exposure you'll ever get to understand what it looks like to really empower yourself. So to get up and do it twice, I had some great people around me to help support me through that and understand what they look like. But you know, I'm really proud of that, because it showed that, you know, what the mindset I used to do that, I can actually utilise that in all my life areas, which I really took advantage of that and really didn't understand how to do that. So that's what, you know, you coming on board and helping me understand that has been a really significant part. So
it's like we're capturing, you know, that we've always had that power, but no, we're capturing it and we're utilising it in a way that, you know, builds you into a better woman, and then be able to replicate that to your daughters and whoever else.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've got this amazing gift of 2 beautiful girls, but what does it look like for their future? I need to be the one to step up and show them, you know, what more looks like for yourself, and I get to do that every single day, so I don't take that lightly.
Beautiful.
And I want to make sure that they are clear when they step into their truth for themselves. They've got every option available to them. They don't say no to any opportunities.
Beautiful, love it. So what there was only the only pre-frame I've said, you know, ladies will back me up. I said only share what you're comfortable with, yeah. So we still haven't sat down for that coffee to find out what your story is. You keep telling me what your story is. You know, again, only share what you're comfortable with. But what the main thing of, you know, holding these interviews and having this energy together is to obviously reward you all how far you've all gone. Yeah, you know, everyone's evolving at different stages. More importantly, and to show the cross-sectional, because there'll be people in different networks and on different screens that are going to be more adaptable for different personalities.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing about that, is having that. And you know, I don't piss in anyone's pocket, and you all should be really proud of yourself. Yes, I always kick everyone's ass, because you don't want just great, you want exceptional. Yeah, and I'll always be that. You know, that's like you always seen how you did the fire walking at Tony Robbins. I'm going to be those burning coals under your feet. Okay, Leigh? I'm all sweaty with this femininity. So, you know, rock it out. So obviously, you know, you wanted to do better. When you say work on yourself, and then you had that little taste test at the at the workshop, and then, you know, the retreat. You brought so much energy, so much certainty, life experience, and yeah, you really kept everyone in line, which was great.
Thank you. I was really young. For me, I've always known I've been a leader, but when you're conditioned to be a leader from the age of 8 onwards, I felt that it's been a burden. So doing the release work on the 2-day workshop really kind of helped tap into just letting go a lot of the story of why I can't, and the conditioning from a very, very long time ago of why I can't, and just taking the positive learnings out of those experiences, and being grateful for, you know, the gifts that I've given myself to step in and be a leader. So then taking that into the 6-day retreat and spending time with some amazing people, it allowed me to actually just really just let that come through and actually go, you know what, let's just do it, let's do it together, let's have an amazing experience and really be in the moment and get a lot of stuff done. And obviously for me, as I step away from that and actually get back into the real world, I literally got off the plane at 8:30 in the morning and went and had a meeting at 10:30 and literally got on with doing the do. So for me, I was ready to go because I'd already done a lot of work with yourself with the 2-day workshop. You remember me telling you, I
came back.
I came out of that 2-day, which was amazing, but going to work and just spending time with people, I could feel the negative energy all around me. It was just completely overwhelming. So that prequel leading into that experience, tapping back into the real world, and then doing the same again at the 6th day, I was ready. I was ready, so I've done that work. So being a leader...
Can I quickly say, I'm glad that you said that, because that's the whole point of giving people that conditioning before they go into the retreat, because honestly, like it's the same language, we get to know each other more, and I'm glad that you mentioned that.
I think that release work that we did, the timeline healing and that negative energy release work on the 2-day was just a really good, just letting a lot of the story of those points in time go or settle where they are and take the positive learnings out of that, so that now I can focus on now and be present and deal with that. We did a lot of work while we were away, of particularly Jocko and yourself and Maddie, which was amazing. So many great experiences to come back and go, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. So that's been a pretty powerful piece for me.
Can I ask you, and obviously I'm going to ask these ladies as well, how do you capture the moments that you experienced at the retreat to bring back home? Are you doing that? And how can you keep reliving that magic so then it keeps you safe? Let's be honest, we are blessed. We live in Melbourne. Look where we are now. We've got the pool and the rest of it. Somewhere the pool's that way. We've got the beach that way. But in Melbourne, we are blessed in Australia. Let's be honest. But people take advantage of that. And one of the biggest things that drives me crazy, that I'm afraid of, that when people they blossom to this flower, and then they go back home and they go back into a dark. It's simple. You get a flower out of the sun, you take it into a dark room, and So how do you keep these moments? You've been an absolute powerhouse, and the energy and the rest of them. It's so great. I've always said, beauty's and the beast. The women keep it. Is a lot of blue. So
thank you.
2 thumbs up for that.
Thank you. I think for me, Alana was actually a gift to me, showing me how to do the live stream. So not being afraid, but just not really, just having a go at doing things, as opposed to making it perfect before you have a go. Just understanding that, having a go, and doing the self-reflections and just talking about what's going on in the experience in the moment. It's actually kind of let a lot of things go and go, you know what, it's okay. Everyone's going to take away different things because they've got different stories and they've got a different model of the world, but it's going to connect with other people who have got similar journeys, or finding that they're not sure what their next steps are. So that for me was a really empowering piece to go, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to have a go and get on with it and keep tweaking along the way. I'm not sure if Nat, you would have heard me when I said, and you probably would have heard as well, as soon as I did a post, I'm like, I have no idea what I just said. It's really coming from the heart. It's really just actually going, you know what? It felt like a lot of rambling, but the amount of people who have connected with that has been an absolute gift, and I'm really grateful that it's giving other people the opportunity to see what's possible. But coming back here, surrounding myself with people that were part of the experience, who are a great sounding board, and very important. Having a vision of what you want for yourself and reliving that every day. Doing your SP work and actually understand what you're going to do and create for yourself every single day keeps you focused and keeps you staying in your truth. And that for me keeps reinvesting in yourself of why you're doing what you're doing, and making you understand you need to show up. You need to show up and knowing the fact that you're here. Today's a new day, and what are you going to do about it for yourself? Because other people are watching. Other people want to see what you're going to do because it's going to help somebody else. So I'm happy that that's where I'm at, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, love it. Give her a round of applause. As we do this, Jabal, do you mind if you can just press the screens a little bit, just on because we are a little bit dark. I don't know if we move back, if we can get
in the sun.
In the sun. Oh, turn around. Press the right way. Let me fix it. Honestly, just going around. Yeah. Are we? What if we move back? Are we going to be too?
That's
much?
cool. That's made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's all right. Everyone can see this. All right. If we go even, yeah, that's okay. Even if we move forward.
Find the right way.
It's not my pretty sign, right? So anyway, you guys can see us. You can see the beautiful ladies. So what I want to share with, and we're going to be going back and forth, but I want everyone to get a bit of a feel for you all. What could you say to people that are out there? Because like you said, there's a lot of people watching, and as we all know, there are a lot of people that are lost. One of the collectives, as you know, I was saying this to Leigh as well. And I was blessed that when she, we come on each other's path. My main purpose is to create an environment and to create a family. You know, a lot of people have come in and the rest of it because their standards have gone down, but it's all about keeping your standards high. And everyone knows standards high, so then we all can fly. And it's all about, because it's not about, well, I want you to follow my path. We all can do better.
Yeah.
So keeping that together, and how important it is. Look where we're at now. A lot of the people that are on here, we've got there's Atlanta there. I can only just see I need my goggles. I saw Ryan. There's Mick in Bali, so he's rocking a few
Still in
beer.
Bali.
He's still in Bali.
Jesus.
He's there for a wedding. So.
Oh my god.
You better be doing the work, mate. Wait till you get back here.
He goes, he can't wait to get back into it.
Good.
So first, I would like to thank you all for being on all the different networks and everything. It's awesome to have that support. And our main goal as a collective is to obviously be our best version of ourselves. So then we can empower whoever and everyone. Yeah. So that's what it's about. So people go, what's this all about? And the rest of it, it's about people, obviously amazing ladies. And I'll be honest with you all, it's a big thing that's been coming up as well is about divine masculine and feminine. And I haven't shared this with you all, and I've been doing a lot of work on it. So there actually isn't any divine masculine that has hit this planet yet. So what that means is that our government, fucking forget about it, there's not really many divine, but there is divine feminine, and it's sitting here. And that's why there is a massive shift. Unfortunately, ladies, you know what? Yes, you have to look hard to find a real man, but it's about being in that. Don't drop your standards, yeah. And all you ladies are listening, don't drop your standard for some guy that might look good, all show no go.
Yeah.
And he moves his head and he's got this little pea going there, and he's going to talk like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's
Many of those. To everyone.
If you're watching, if it's you,
it's you because we're talking about you.
And I know it's a little bit off track. I know myself. I can get in those. I've got my beautiful partner there. You should get her. She's looking really good today.
Not that she does it every other day, but acknowledge you.
I was going to say something.
Keep it to yourself.
I know you have that.
I was going to chew my tongue. So let's get back with the program. So again, with obviously understanding that the divine masculine and feminine, that's why there are so many lady bosses and ladies standing in their power, which is fantastic, women. But you want to lead yourselves, but what you all deserve as well is to have an even greater energy that leads, protects you, leads from the front, that is both in power. Yeah?
Yes.
And I know with your self-discovery in that, and as you're finding more about yourself. So what's next for you? How are you leading your beautiful women every day? And yeah, what are you getting excited about? What have you realised? So you're removing a lot from your life. I know there's going to be a change of environment. You're doing a lot of self-education, and I know that you want to start even building up your own, your own brand and network to help others. So what does that all that look like?
For me at the moment, I stepping into my feminine energy and actually understand that polarity, sitting in your heart space versus your head, that for me was like an epiphany moment for me. Because I'm like, Leigh, what the fuck are you talking about? This doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, I seriously was, because I'm so used to showing up for myself and actually getting it done. And sitting in my head space of having to get it done, sitting in my heart, I really was quite disconnected. Yeah, I was really not really understanding what that meant. So when we were talking about it and really doing some of that work to understand that, for me the shift was, okay, I hear you, and I need to be sitting in that feminine energy and my heart space of really listening and understanding what am I actually telling myself, and where do I need to be, and who needs to be listening to that, and it's myself.
Perfect.
And really understanding from myself outwardly is where I'll be.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
Because one thing, I'll tell about what you said.
Thank you.
The biggest thing, that's been giving, and then what happens is if you become empty and you've got nothing else to give, and then it eventually burns out. So what she said and what you said, so I'm going to anchor that, is that I'm going to listen to myself and put myself first. So that deserves a round of applause also.
Thank you. And in saying that, wake up in the morning and I'm like, that inner voice in your head, when you're talking to yourself, you really need to write those things down, because if you've got so many messages coming back and forth and distracting you about who's around you and what they want, if you focus on them, you're going to be doing the do for them. And when they disappoint you because you're actually going, well, I've attached myself to what you need, and now walked away and going, you've got what you need, but what the fuck did I get out of it? I'm like, I'm empty. This means nothing to me, and I'm not fulfilled. So hearing the messages for yourself about what you need, even the little visions that you get about what you can see, if you journal it, jot it down, whatever it is, and that's why I have a lot of things written down to make sure I'm clear, because I can always refer back to it. Even when I'm in the car, when I'm on my own, driving, and I get lots of messages from myself and empowering for us with this group here. I think that's a really good way to just embed some of the things you're talking about, things you want to hear, and things you want to tell people about what you're doing. That for me is where the goal is.
Can I give you a little test? And even though we're at the retreat, you probably might not remember. But so do you remember what year here? What happens? Do you remember?
You forget.
Yep. What you see.
You remember. Is that right?
Yep.
And then what you do, you learn.
Understand.
Yeah.
So the great thing about that, there you go, live
I've
talking.
been thinking about it every day.
I love that noise you make. Looks like a seal.
This is where we get squeaking that from.
Never.
It's awesome.
Never a shady moment. Oh. You know those dogs. It's cool. So we have to.
Oh my god.
So I didn't want to I'm always a massive advocate about when you write things down, it's a lot more powerful than when you're writing it, because you're making it real, and when you write it, you're remembering it. And this was the same thing in the journey. So you're remembering what you're visualizing. When you're writing it, you're reading it back to yourself. So it's always a three-way reinforcement. So write that down.
But I also think when you're having conversations about knowing your outcome, if you can draw on those points because you've already seen it, you can actually be really snappy and really quick to have a great conversation and really move through what you need to, without finding that you've got this brain fog and you're searching for information about what you want to say. Coming up with that it helps me. It helps me. Yeah, and if it helps others, then that's a gift in itself.
So the strategy, you've achieved a lot. You've got an amazing role, a very high-end role with a lot of responsibility. You're a great mother. Are you fighting again in the ring?
I would like to be. I'm looking to do a fight in October into November if we can get the right matchup. There's a lot of things to bring into that equation before we get the right mix, and it usually doesn't happen until the last day, unfortunately. It's based on weight, it's based on experience, and it's based on the promoter as well.
How crazy they are to step in the ring as well.
Well, that too, but I've got a great coach for that, Sam Greco, so we don't go in without understanding what we're up against, and it's the right mix for all of us, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There'll be another opportunity.
Oh, awesome.
To make the most of it.
What about any more getting up on stage in Kings?
I definitely think that there is more in there to go. I think the last couple of months have been a real test for me, and I've had to show up in a lot of ways for my girls, which is exactly what I've needed. But now I'm in a position where I need to actually crack on with reinvesting in myself, making sure that I'm not only sound but fulfilled, and my training is a definite strong component of that. So I definitely see there is more in there to get up there and show people what else I can do. So I think I've missed season B, but for season A into next year, I think that's the journey where I'll take it.
Oh, awesome. So what's the message? Because I've seen that over there. I'm gonna get her uncomfortable. I always like to see her get a little bit uncomfortable. not that we I'm going to be forgetting Elaine, but we did spend an hour about that. We're going to rock it out, aren't we, Elaine? We're going to come on strong. So what's the message that you want to leave people But firstly, I want you to actually still talk about how are you capturing all your life experience and how you're going to relay it back to others, you know, for your life experience, because again, you still don't know your story, we'll have it soon, but having that reflection of, you know, your life experience and what you've achieved, not many people come close to it, yeah? So you have to really, you know, pay respect to yourself for that. But talking to people who are just saying, yeah, look, you know, I really resonate with you, but how can you help me?
I think for me, understanding myself and sharing my stories about myself and connecting with others is really going to be the most powerful, influential thing I could do, not only for myself but for others. Just neutralising the fear of being able to step forward and understand that, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You should get in and have a go and just live and really experience every single moment and take advantage of the fact that you are here. I feel like I've lived 5 lifetimes to get to this day, but I'm still here. Mm-hmm. I've gone through a lot of adverse situations and I'm still fucking here. Yeah. You know, the fact that, you know, I'm 40 and I'm actually here ready to go again is a gift. Showing other people what that looks like, and you know, whether it's on stage, whether it's in a conversation here, whether it's you know, doing live streams to actually have my gratitude piece heard and see what it's like to actually live every single day in what I am. I think that will be some of the bigger gifts to give back to myself and to give to others. You know, if it forms more of a coaching sphere where I can actually take people on other journeys for themselves, that's even better. Yeah. But literally, it's showing people practical skills on how to get through their day, and it's not as hard as people think. Mm-hmm. It's being structured. It's having a format that you can follow and resonate for yourself. That actually people connect with. You know, I'm different versions of myself in any different moment. I'm a mum, I'm at basketball with my kids, I'm at work, I'm with, you know, multiple thousands of people, and very influential. I train, I'm in the ring, I'm a different version there again, I'm a different version here with you guys again, and also with, you know, personal people of who I bring forth with me and are going to show up for me. That's going to change, because I need to show more for myself of what that level of self-respect looks like. Yeah. And can you just check that?
Just press this.
Thank you.
It's done.
And so in saying that, it's showing up for yourself. It's making sure everyone's okay with the fact that, you know, every day's a different day. Yep. You're still here. You get another opportunity to show people what you're about, and it's getting in and living. Mm-hmm. So there's still a lot more to come, which is really lovely, actually.
Awesome.
Goosebumps.
Let's give her a round of applause. That's awesome. They punched me too hard.
That was a tap.
I've seen her. She's breaking 2 boards, all right? Woo! So that was absolutely awesome, everyone. So it's yeah, I've learned, you know, like you said, every interaction, every different identity, every character consciousness, everything that we switch into. And, you know, thank you for that, because I've learned more about you. And, you know, one thing I want to share as well, doing what we do, being in this interaction, it's not just, okay, we're just having a talk. I learned so much, and I walk away a more empowered man from it. So thank you, ladies, for that. And, you know, thank you, everyone, that we do this. And I reckon it's truly blessed to have that interaction with people, and to take that gift away. So
yeah, thank you. I think we're still learning from each other. Oh, the more you learn from each other, and the more you share, you kind of neutralise the things where it's no, you can't. You can. Just you'll turn it into your own version, and you'll take it with you and share it with your people, and you just keep reinvesting in each other, and that's how you keep building. Yeah.
Like when we keep calling each other, it's like helps me so much, because since leaving the retreat, obviously it's been weird not seeing you guys every day. Like, you know, when you go away on camp with your friends, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, that was literally so like Matt's been talking to me, and like, because there's times where I've been like feeling really sensitive. I'm like, and then
come on, Missy.
Yeah,
let's go. Come on, you can do it.
She's like the older version of me, like telling me, like my younger self, accept your here. So that was,
good.
it's been good to get with
Yeah.
that.
But you know the thing about it as well. You want to be able to reach out. Like whenever you're feeling like that, that's the one thing that people, even some of the new people that come on board, it's like I want the question that isn't answered. That's the stupid question because it's like if you go, but you know what, Leigh judged me that, and someone judged me. No, we're all about here. There's no judgment. We're all fucking rough around the edges, and we want to stay that way. Because there's no such thing as I was going to say polishing your turd. You can't be, what I mean?
It's just like a male view to say that.
I can bring back the masculine. There's too much perfume and prettiness around, alright? Get my Wolverine chops out.
There's no stupid question because guaranteed somebody's already thinking that in their head. They're just not saying it.
Of course.
If you say it and put it out there and know that there's no stupid, somebody's going to answer it and neutralise it and go, you know what, it's okay. You can ask anything you want, and somebody's going to have an answer that's been there before you that's actually going to help bring you forward. And that's probably the biggest thing of learning that how we invest in each other. That it keeps cycling through, keeps flowing. It has to. It can't not. Yeah, so
I also think being vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's a massive. Yeah.
But being vulnerable, I'll say from coming from a man perspective, around the right people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Feeling safe.
Yeah.
And open up and be yourself and know that it's okay, and people are just going to let that flow. That's a gift in itself, but you need to be around the right people.
That's the most important.
Yeah. Being allowing especially a woman to be able to speak the truth, but understand that it's going to be reflected in the right way. No one takes advantage of it, and so on and so forth.
Like I touched base on that the other day I did a live stream about vulnerability. How like men find it hard to be vulnerable because they think it's being weak, but it's actually being brave.
Yeah.
But no, it's being brave. Like every time you're vulnerable, you have to be emotionally exposed. You have to be at risk. You have to do something that scares you and is different.
To talk to them.
Yeah, you have to do something that scares you and is different. So, like, being vulnerable is actually a very brave thing to be, and it's actually weak when you pretend to be okay. Because you're not.
You know how I'm all about words and the rest of it? Being vulnerable is being your core.
Yeah.
So it's who you are, because if we use the word, we've been conditioned, if we use the word, how it's imagination is not real, it's your actual guide, it's your power, and all these words belief, but people don't even really know what belief means. And then being vulnerable is being who you are, because if we say vulnerable, it's where we get scared of it already, it's like it's a challenge. But, do you know what I mean?
Just let it flow.
So, well, Matt, we're going to be jumping on to you.
Well, here we
let's
are.
get on with
I like that way.
That was very princess.
So obviously,
Love
it.
Did it again, make it with the head. There you go.
You get your hair down.
So I've obviously met you through Black Mamba, Chocolate Thunder, the South African, bigger, all that stuff, and so thank you, Ryan, wherever you are, bro. I miss you, from obviously putting this superstar on her path. Again, only share what you want. From what I know, that it's been a really good journey for you as well.
Yeah.
You're an inspiring hairdresser and hair designer. Is it all hairstylist? Hairstylist. You are funny as fuck, which is great. Squeaky toy, that's it. You're like everyone's antidepressant pill at the retreat. Like when everyone's feeling down, it's true. We know we scared the shit out of you a couple of times.
Oh my god.
Picking up the table and that was all part of it, was all rehearsed. But anyway. So, it's really honourable, I can say, like being your big brother, it's to see how much you've grown and how much self-respect you've got for yourself. All of you are beautiful women, but now you're really starting to believe your beauty in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So I know you've got a lot of exciting things happening. You started up two new, obviously your new brand, your new business as well, which you can talk about, and then another brand. I met your business partner Summer, which was awesome.
Yes.
So thumbs up to you, Summer. So before, so you firstly came to the workshop as well, the second workshop.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Then you had a taste of that. And then, because you were already coming to the retreat, we met up, where was it? We met up at Sienna's?
Yeah, we met up at Sienna, yeah.
And then, so, tell people about, only from where you've been, what you experienced, and then where you're going.
Okay, so, leading up to meeting Leigh, I've been on a spiritual journey for a while with myself. And when I say that, I mean, like, I've gone through a lot of highs and lows with, like, many things, like being in poor relationships, being with people that being surrounded by people that are bad influence to me, making me believe that I was like that as well, and putting myself in positions where I was actually unsafe, and bringing myself down. And so I actually was in a weird phase where I was really alone. I just moved to the city by myself. I live with 2 other girls who are really beautiful, but like I didn't know them, and I just didn't know what I was doing. I was doing yoga to try and sort myself out. I don't know, like I got a job when I had to start running my business. Like so many things were like everywhere for me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't believe that I could run my own business. I didn't believe that I could like get up every day and go to the gym. I didn't believe that every day I could just like be myself, because I was, I don't know, embarrassed or didn't think I was smart enough. And then when I met Leigh, the only reason I even thought about meeting him was because my friend Ryan went on the retreat, and he showed me all these videos, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like,
I paid Ryan $50 as well.
Yeah. I was literally like,
actually paid him so.
And yeah, so then I was like, oh my god, I watched one of these videos and I was like, I have to meet this guy, he's so cool. Like, I don't know, I just had this like vibe about you that I was like, I feel like I already know you. I was like, I need to meet him. And I was like, that's it, messaging him. And I messaged him and I was like, I don't know why I need to meet you, but I just want to meet you, I don't know. Yeah, that's literally what happened. And then
you want $50 now?
like, no, abundance is coming to me. And then I met Leigh at Cafe Sienna. We just spoke about so we spoke about obviously like both of our stories and very similar backgrounds, even though he's got not that many years on me, but he's got like some time.
I'm not that old.
He's got some time on me, but like
just matured like wine.
yes, like with Shiraz. And yeah, so yeah, and we just have the same background, like being in like some dark places, involved with some like heavy people, and you know, like getting out of it and being a brighter side and not letting that hold you down was a really big connection with me and Leigh, because I felt like he understood where I was at and where I was trying to go with my life, because the past of me partying and the past of me being around, you know, bad people and doing bad things is really not somewhere that I want to be. I'm really looking to go forward, like running my business, becoming strong for myself and my family, and to lead my friends in the right direction as well, so that I have a good group around me. And so the reason I even decided to go on the retreat was because something inside me really believed that, yes, I need this. It's like, you know, when you have that feeling inside of you, like that intuition, like, oh, I know this is right, I don't know, like, but you know it's right, so you just do what's right. Like, it was the first time in a while I trusted myself, was to do this retreat, because I was like, this is the first thing I've done for myself. Like, people think, oh, you do everything for yourself, like you buy yourself clothes. No, it's nothing like that. It's like doing something like that actually strengthens yourself from the inside. And then
she's
I
talking, isn't it? Yeah.
Completely different from day one.
Yeah.
Your self-confidence is through the roof.
Thank you.
Amazing.
No, sorry, you just broke the thing, but I had to say that. When did you have to put it there?
We need to get the video of when I first spoke at the retreat. It would be like so funny.
It's gone, isn't it?
It's
It
gone.
doesn't exist anymore.
That's the old me. And yeah, so I went to the 2-day workshop, and when I walked in, I actually was going to the 2-day workshop like, I don't really know why I'm coming. I was literally like, I don't know why I'm coming, like, I don't know if I need it, like, I don't know, like, I was just all like, I'm fine, like being fine when I was actually not. And then I walked in and I was like, holy shit, what the hell, like, literally.
In a good way.
In a good way, like, it was really confronting and like, feeling so uncomfortable, like staring into Maddie G's eyes for like 5 minutes. It was like, oh, I think we fell in love now. It was like, I was like, I couldn't stop laughing.
Hollywood.
I like Hollywood, never forget. Like, obviously, I like to laugh a lot. I just couldn't take it seriously. I was just like, looking like, you know, help me. But then I started to realise, like, no, that's because I don't take myself seriously. And then I was like, that's it, get onto it. And it was a really amazing 2 days. It was really intense. It was like, basically felt like 24 hours of just straight learning. And when I left, I was like, oh my god, that's what retreat's going to be like. I'm going to die, but like in a good way. But when we got to retreat, like I was actually, because I kind of had a pre-frame from Ryan about the video of what they did. I wasn't like too scared. I was just like not sure about what was going to happen or what was going to come out from inside of me, because so much came out when I did the 2-day workshop. And then when we went into the retreat, it was like a whole nother level of
fuck.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, I have to talk and people are listening to me. Like, so yeah. It's a thing I do.
Yeah, you have a copyright there.
Natalie Jane. That's how it is. Yeah, so that's how I came about the retreat, and I found the retreat really good because we did things like, all in my whole life I always complain, or I'm lazy, or I'll be like, oh, I'm not going to get up, can't be bothered, or I'm not going to go to work today because I'm not okay, I can't do it, or I'm not going to go to the gym because it's too early or whatever. And then when we were on the retreat, like obviously not every day you would be awake at 3:30 in the morning, go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, but like we did that at the retreat, and doing that has conditioned me in this real world today to go, I can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for a run. Like, it's not a big deal. Like,
Mr. Gary, you're on, listen to that.
It's true though, yes. And like, even climbing up that volcano was, so we climbed up a volcano, for anyone that doesn't know.
Active volcano.
An active volcano, which was pretty amazing. And like, going up that volcano, I didn't just climb up it like, oh, I'm climbing up a volcano. I looked at it like, I was saying to the guys at the retreat, in a more magical way. Like, everything that was happening, I was like connecting the dots in my head. I'm like, okay, so I'm scared to go up this volcano because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and it's dark. But in real life...
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How much sleep did you have?
1 hour. I actually had 1 hour sleep.
I don't think I even slept. I don't think I was that light.
We went to bed at like 11 or 11:30, but then like we had to be ready to go at 1.
Like 18-hour days, yeah?
Yeah, 18-hour days.
Were you putting any food in
1
your
hour
No, and we weren't eating either. Like, it was just fasting, and like, I'm the biggest sook when it comes to not eating. I'll be like, oh, I need to eat, I can't focus because I have no food. And now I'm like, yeah, it's so true, get grumpy, like, literally.
Were you grumpy?
No, I was actually too, like, I was just like, I don't think I need to be grumpy because it's not going to help anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, if I'm going to sook about it, I'm just going to be in like a bad headspace, so I can't get up the mountain. But yeah, we went up the mountain with we had a little bit of nutrients, but like nothing to like give us the energy to go up. We just had to use our mind. And I looked at going up that volcano like my life, like, okay, I'm scared to do anything because I don't know what's going to happen. Just like I was scared to go up the volcano because it was dark and couldn't see in front of me. And then Joko, what would you call him? A spiritual guy. Yeah, he.
Joko banana.
Joko. Oh yeah. He actually, the whole way up the hill, he was making me laugh. It was really good. But he held my hand a lot of the way when I couldn't like get my balance. And that made me learn it's not so bad to ask for help, as long as you ask for the right help and you search for the right help. Because you can't do everything alone. And that's why you have a group of people around you. That's what I learned going up the mountain, volcano. And like seeing because we learned a lot about polarity. And
can you explain polarity?
So polarity is the difference between masculine and femininity. Basically, like when a man is in his feminine, it's not balanced, and that's when they start screaming and yelling and walking, going, oh, I'm not talking to you, like literally. And then a lot of boyfriends have had done that. And then women being in their masculine is again out of balance, because that's when we're like, oh, I don't need anyone, I'm gonna like just go and do everything myself, and like, you know, I don't know how else to explain that.
Wear pants.
Yeah, wear the pants. I mean, I wear pants literally, but like figuratively.
And both the balance, like everyone's got masculine and feminine energy, like male and female have that.
Yeah, but you don't need to have too much. I just need the right amount. Yes.
Did you say you grew up with masculine first?
Yes.
On purpose.
Of course. Because be the leader. But when we were growing up, She's lucky.
Yeah, make a difference.
When we were going up the volcano, there was these 2 dogs that were following us the whole time. Did you remember that?
Yes.
2 dogs.
I heard about
The
that.
whole time, and the way I looked at that was, and one dog was leading, the other dog was the masculine feminine energy going
One
on.
had a camera strap, then I had it hooked up to my
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, I
to
thought
make
so.
sure you guys are
It was your pet. Like,
Oh my God.
but yeah, like we're going up the volcano, that was really cool. And so taking that back into real life, it just literally has trained me to, even when I sit there, and the other day I had to deal with the ATO for my business name and like the bank for my ASICS account, which I didn't even know any of this stuff existed until yesterday because my name was spelled wrong, so I couldn't get an EFTPOS machine, whatever. I was like, I can't be bothered doing this. I just want to like put my computer away and just like do nothing. And then I was like, no, what the fuck? Like, don't do that. Like, you've got up a mountain, you can open your computer and make a phone call. Yeah.
I want to bring, so that's absolutely awesome. Let's give her a round of applause for it. Because everyone that's been at the retreat, myself, you know, and that's what you need to relate to. And the reason why we do those things is not so, oh, it was pretty and we saw fucking monkeys and whatever, is exactly that. So you can go back and say, we did 18-hour days, we got uncomfortable, Leigh picked the table up and threw it. You know, I listened to his book. No, I picked the table up.
Did it happen to you guys?
Yeah.
How
It's new.
fortunate you are.
The retreat's getting advanced now. So you know, I really like appreciating, and obviously Elaine's going to be sharing hers as well. But I wanted like what you were bringing. You know, obviously people, we have not pre-framed this. So why I wanted to just to bring attention to that, it is because it's such a great. That's what it's about, and it's like, you know, I feel like I failed everyone when you come back, and if you don't know, that's why we go up there, and that's why we don't sleep, and that's why we don't eat.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, you know. And I get always fucking emotional because it's like, well, fuck yes, we're getting it, you know. Well, you know, people are won't, because there's a lot of people that do go back and do fuck all and go backwards,
Yeah.
and it's really sad.
It's easy to do that too.
For me, taking that journey, you know, we had barely an hour's sleep. I'm like, I don't think I've slept. I'm that excited. We're going to a fucking volcano. I'm like, I've never been to one. I've never experienced it. Actually, I'm not even going to see it because it's in the dark.
Yeah.
So really taking that step, one step in front of the other, I'm getting stronger as I go forth and really step into that was really just honing into my instincts, you know, going within and just literally one step in front of the other. I think I was one of the fortunate ones who had a torch. I had literally limited view in front of me. I remember hearing your voice and I'm like driving you forward, so that's part of that experience of having people backing you
When I was
and
like,
making sure that everyone goes together and you don't leave anyone behind.
Yeah.
So finding that and literally kind of pulling everyone forward and pushing, it's that push and pull flow, making sure everyone gets there together. What we experienced at the top was absolutely magical. I mean, you saw when we were there, you know, seeing that, oh my God, seeing that, you know, at the top of the mountain and the volcano and standing there, it was such a gift
I
and
got tingles thinking
experience.
about it right
It was
now.
just absolutely amazing. And very few people get to experience it, so for me being a part of that was absolutely magical, and doing a lot of release work when we got there and breaking the board up on the top there was just amazing.
But what was the board? It wasn't a board, was it?
No. Limiting the beliefs, pushing through, a lot of breakthroughs there about my limiting the beliefs, but doing it on such a gift to be standing where I was to do that was just absolutely blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But who put you where you were?
I did.
Yes.
You and
Yes.
your
Bang.
Yeah. There you go. Boom.
Oh, yes.
I know.
5-0. We've got to remember.
She's the only woman that's broken 2 boards.
What was a trap? What are you talking
Hey,
about?
I didn't
Love
give
that.
I know, true.
I didn't give JB 2 balls either.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Pushing through and doing a second board, that was me thinking,
I knew
you guys knew that I could do that.
Yeah.
Having done the one and then doing it like literally like that was amazing. So to do it with 2 boards was insane. I'm like, where's the 3rd board? I was like that, which was amazing. So we'll have to get there.
That's it. We all limit ourselves.
We need to talk about limiting beliefs actually, because I've been speaking to some of my friends out there about it, and they don't understand what a limiting belief is. They don't get it. Like
Alright.
they don't.
So a limiting belief, most people are really good at it's anything that a belief is that, you know, when you say you're tired, so you limit yourself, or I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough. Well, because of my nationality, or because I'm a woman, I can't go and, you know, rule the world, or because, you know, or whatever, I'm not, or whatever it might be. It's anything that is limiting you. It's a limiting thought, it's a limiting energy, it's a limiting process. So a limiting belief is something that obviously you believe, that you step into, then it limits you. So if you feel like that, you can, you know what, I can't, this relationship, and you know, I want to stay in this abusive relationship because I can't get another man. That's a big limiting belief.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of other things that you'll come in perspective with is that a lot of women, and obviously we're talking about women here. I thought there was a guy on there. Yeah.
Me too.
Shame. So there's we just
completely random thought.
and another thing is that with limiting beliefs is that we feel like, you know, us humans, that we have got limitless, like we don't have limitless potential. We are limitless. So we are conditioned, and unfortunately, by the time we come out of our mother, because that's what happens when you're born, we are put into a planet or put onto an environment where we become conditioned to lose who we are, and all these limiting beliefs are put on us. Unfortunately, our parents, and any other human being that isn't awake, that isn't doing this thing, that isn't doing it, you're going to become limited.
Yes.
That's the only story you're telling yourself.
That's it. So I'm too conditioned to say limitless. So to all Natalie's friends that aren't doing their best, that is a limiting belief. So if you feel like, I'm just staying in this job and this for now, and I'm not going to get it, and I can't be successful, and I can't be Beyonce, and I can't be Oprah Winfrey.
Stop saying I can't and start tapping into what you can.
Figure out what the path is to get there. Don't just focus on where you're stuck at. Just be like, okay, what's next?
Ask the right questions with the right people around you, people who have been there before you, and people will bring you forward when they see you want to invest in yourself and lead yourself into something better.
You know, the biggest thing is, well, what I used to always say to my mum when I was, you know, when I was a little boy, still am a little boy, I go, Mum, there's no difference between me and them. You know, I used to see people in a nice Ferrari, used to see people maybe, you know, like they've got a family, you see people that are happy and someone with the body that you want. You know, as you're growing up, you want these things, And I'm like, well, what is the difference? Why do they have it? Why can't I be? And I remember when I was going through my dark time, I was sitting there in a real dark place, and I was sitting there going, that's the thing that got me, that saved my life, is there's no difference between me and those people, just me fucking not applying myself, limiting beliefs, and not doing it every day. You need to get hungry, you need to do that. Why do you want to, they're doing that, so I'll just be average? Like, fuck that. You can't hang on the ground with pigeons if you want to soar like an eagle.
Yeah, 100%.
So all Natalie's friends, there you go, throw that limiting belief shit outside.
Get it out the door.
Awesome.
So obviously, with your environment now, I know everyone's seen a big change in you. I know we have, and you're leading a lot of people, and you're getting up at 5 and you're rocking it out. What's next for you? I know you've got 2 big projects that are happening.
Yes.
Tell the people about that. How you're going to be, really getting that out.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm a hairstylist and I specialise in weddings. And my vision is to help as many brides out there feel beautiful on their day. So what I'm doing is I basically tailor make a look for you that is in resemblance to your wedding day, like the theme you're having, the dress you're having, the makeup you're having, the type of person you are. I tailor make your hair to you, but I look after you from start to finish.
So you said basically, I want you to change your word instead of basically.
Into what?
So you said I basically. I want you to do like how do you want that woman to feel?
I want that woman to feel amazing.
Yeah, so amazingly, not basic.
Oh, so amazing.
Because you're not basic.
No, I'm no basic. Not mediocre. And so my business, that business is Hair by Natalie J. That is taking off really well. I've got a wedding tomorrow. I have a wedding pretty much almost every weekend coming up the rest of the year, which is
awesome.
Really good. So look now because you're running out of time.
How do people find you?
On Instagram is the main source. So it's at Hair by Natalie J. It's spelled Jaye. I also specialise in just event styling in general. I do colours and cuts as well, where I rent a chair during the week, but weekends is like mainly styling. And then the other business that I have just started off with my business partner Summer.
I've been seeing it pop up.
Yeah, it's Summer. It's called the Hair Repair Twins. And the reason we're called the Hair Repair Twins is because we both pretty much look similar anyway, so we're like twins. But we have a hair repair service which is called the keratin treatment. Not like one that you've probably seen before, because it is an all-natural product, has no formaldehyde, nothing. And what it does is, if your hair is split, curly, frizzy, damaged, broken off from bleach, we can fix it by using.
fine.
Well,
That's why I grew my beard in, so maybe give me a treatment on
you see it will
mushroom.
work. I mean, these feel a little bit longer, like a tiny bit longer.
I've been putting peanut butter on my head, so it grows. Oh.
Is that a thing?
Hey, have you seen that movie?
No.
You're a bit young. You put peanut butter on your head and the guy's head.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is
It's a
it?
movie. What is that movie?
People ask me all the time, they can put egg and honey in their hair, and like it's like if you want to make a cake, you
Yeah.
don't put it on your hair. It's
True.
hair product.
Like the old lobsters.
But this hair repair treatment lasts up to 6 months. It seals all your split ends. If you don't want to cut your hair, you don't have to. And if your hair's breaking off from bleach, it'll save you. So that is another business we do called Hair Repair Twins, which is linked to my Instagram account, Long Hair by Natalie J. But you can also look up on Instagram Hair Repair Twins for before and afters. So that's taking off as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, I know that you were saying your big thing. What do you want to do? I know that you want to get over to the States.
Yes.
I know you want to get on runways, do the behind the scenes and styling and that.
Yeah.
So how does that look? Because there might be someone out there that could could steer you in the right direction.
Okay, so I really want to go to Fashion Week, whether it be in New York or Milan or anywhere around the world. Fashion Week is where I want to end up, and that is my end goal. Every single day in the morning, I do success priming for anyone that doesn't really understand what that is. It's kind of like meditation on steroids. It's just like hectic thinking about what you want in your life. It's really fun. But after I do that, I always journal out what I thought, and one of my main thoughts is envisioning that I open my email one day and I see that New York Fashion Week has emailed me with my itinerary for my flights to America.
Say that again. New York Fashion
New
Week.
York Fashion Week.
Wow.
And they've emailed me my itinerary with like where I'm staying, my flights, and they say CEO Fashion Week, Natalie J. That's what I write down every day, so that it keeps me accountable for what I do all day, so that I make sure that when I style hair or when I meet people, when I go to places, I am the person that's going to be at New York Fashion Week. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you,
Oh,
We have a good photo like that actually.
are we? Oh, you're on your birthday.
Yeah, one of my many birthdays. There's so many times, and the best birthday as well. So if you have a birthday and it's on the retreat date,
Gold.
go,
Absolute
because
gold.
you get born like 5 times.
There you go. So thank you very much. That's it's an honour just to see you in your blossom and in your energy, and there was a lot of big takeaways as well. Because obviously you're the baby of the pack. How 24?
24.
So at 24, I didn't even know what my name was, or I'd wake up. Where am I?
Long time ago.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
To
Absolutely amazing.
and to see someone that not many 24-year-olds have the maturity to come from where not that where you've been is bad. It's a lesson, but to be in that environment, to pull yourself out of that, that's everything, and everyone that goes to everyone.
At that age.
Yeah.
100%. And to recognise
Massive.
it and
Thank
you.
to have so much awareness is a gift in itself.
So now, last but not least, do you want my squashing you on carpet?
Yeah.
Because you're going to I feel like you're pushing the way back. So obviously everyone knows Leigh, and there was that really heart-to-heart conversation that we had. I've got a lot of amazing feedback with that. And it's when you're faced with adversity, and then you push through that, and there's obviously different degrees of that as well. So I always kick your ass. The other day I wrote a message. I said, I'm always there to bring out the best, because I can keep my job very easy, and I can just say, well, you know what, just keep doing what you're doing. But then you go, you know what, this motherfucker is there supposed to be leading me. So I'm always seeing the best in others, and it's not because I want to get my opinion, or because I can see, once you can see someone just having that consistency, and they're going to go, they're going to look back after 6 months, and they're going to go, you know what, those layers and those other thought patterns and the rest of it, and you know that better than anyone. That's why I'm leaving this to the end, because you faced that darkness, you faced the fucking Grim Reaper, and you've gotten through it. So how I really want you to allow, help bring all of this together. So you've seen, the 2 girls. You good?
Yes, you are.
I'm always good.
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
but of course we always get emotional. That's good. That having our community and seeing our community grow, being a part of it as well, and coming back to Melbourne has been a bit challenging. It's been
It's been very challenging. Yeah.
But what I'm going to give you some live coaching.
Let's go.
So, with everything that we know, and you know, my beautiful partner over there, she understands. When I came back, it was just like, well, fuck, what am I doing here? But I created that, you know, that opposing magnet. I created that. I can't be successful. I can't be happy here.
Yeah.
And that's why we can relate in that way.
Yeah.
So remember, like, if it's Greece, if it's America, if it's fucking Bora Bora, if it's Melbourne, you're always going to be like chasing your tail. Yeah. So with the understanding of being who you are and loving yourself and doing that, is that what do you feel that the gift that you've got, but what do you feel like, what's that thing that once you just change it, switch, everything's going to be time to rock and roll? Because there's a lot of people that have contemplated and said, well, I need to contact Leigh, and they're waiting for you to take that next step, because you even know that you're waiting for you to take that next step as well, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm just going to
rock it.
I'm not confused, I'm just going to...
So I'll help you with it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I did this differently is because that you've got, everyone saw your story, and there was, even there's like almost 3,000 views now.
Yeah.
A lot of people contacted me, and that is a massive influence, yeah.
Yeah.
And, for even the two ladies that are coming through their journey, and that you've been back and the rest of it, what advice can you give the two ladies to give the people?
Yeah.
But more importantly, declaring you're here to stay.
Okay, so I did have challenges when I got back, that's a fact. I'm not going to talk shit because I am human. But what had actually happened, like I always speak from the heart, I speak the truth. It's not that I'm not scared to take the next step, because like I was saying the other night, I was given a second chance to, inspire. I'm going to start crying, but it's the truth. I've been given a second chance to lead you guys, to inspire you guys, and to awaken your power, yeah? But I can't do that if I'm not doing it myself. So the other day, and I fell, okay, but I got up yesterday, and I fucking got up, and I actually had a really great conversation with Shane, and he actually saw our video. And he actually got in contact with me, and I reached out and we got on a call yesterday. And I was like, Shane, and I hope you're actually watching, Shane. I was on a call with Shane yesterday. It was the first time I met him, and he's a dwarf, so he's actually, he's gone through, as you can imagine, he has gone through
Judgment.
His fucking oath, like flat stick, yeah? So we actually had, and we clicked, and we were like, and I go, can I ask you a question? Can you see yourself up on stage? This is what I asked him. Can you see yourself up on stage inspiring not just one person, but fucking thousands?
Oh,
and I go, because I can. I go, because that's what Leigh, Team Beast Mode is about. That's what I'm about, because that was my dream before I met you. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, for sure, man. I'd love to do that. So the thing is that the best advice I can give to myself, which I did yesterday, all right,
which is most important,
of course, is that, use the tools that I learned at the retreat, and not just at the retreat, I've done personal development for 8 years with life, and I didn't choose to go down the drop a tablet, drop an antidepressant and your problems will go away. I chose, it's not the hard road, but it's more challenging road than just dropping a bicky, or not bicky, but a tablet. Yeah, dropping a tablet.
That's the obvious.
Yeah, that's the old self.
Always pops in.
Yeah. So it's just the best advice I can give to myself, and I'm keeping myself accountable by I'm the observer now, talking to you guys, but I'm talking to myself. Is that every day you've got to step into your power. And what does that mean? Okay, to me, what it means, and you can take away anything, whatever you think it may mean to you, but to me, it is actually, remembering how I stood when I was at the retreat. Like my coach, my mentor, God sent angel, and I'm not putting you up on a pedestal. And because if I'm putting Leigh up on a pedestal, I'm putting myself in a pit. But this is my brother. This is someone that's, you know, guided me like, you know, I'm doing now with coaching, you know, but he's actually guided me and he stepped into his power with all your videos, okay, and you doing these, holding these retreats. And, you know, that's a lot, yeah, but if you didn't step into your power, then I want to be stepping into my power.
Exactly.
And I'm 4'11", dudes. Like, these people are telling me I'm short, but mate, they don't fucking know. They don't know.
I don't feel like
Like,
you're short
When
right
she's
now.
in your power, you
Like,
got a short neck. You're
yeah,
like, lady,
like-
come back down.
yeah, so it's just the best advice I can give to everyone, and I give to myself with all my heart, is that, you know, we don't know if tomorrow's going to come.
Yep.
We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, not even in the next minute. So why wouldn't you be the best version of yourself? You know, and if you can't do it on your, no, can't, there's no such thing as can't. If you are having, if you find it a struggle, you don't have the tools, you don't have the support, you don't have the love, I'm here. I'll speak for myself first, okay? Leigh's here, the girls here, okay, and
That
yeah.
one, that two.
Yeah, that one that I'll call big Nat and small Nat. You know, and we're here, and you're not alone. You know, like I've been, and I do get down. I'm human, like I said, but I've been where you guys are, whether you are or not. But I know we all have dark times. But it's the thing is that when you get fucking slammed, when you get like overhand rights and fucking fly kicks over the head, you know, and we're on the ground, the thing is how quick do we get up? And the fact is, sorry, I have to say this is the end.
No, say it. I was going to add something as well, but go.
Before I went to the retreat, I was depressed, I was suicidal, as I don't know if you guys have watched my show. I was going to say show.
It is a show. Put it in. There you go.
Yeah, so watching our show the other night. Yeah, no. You know, I did say I was depressed and I wasn't, you know, cooking for myself first, really. And then my husband that I loved so much and looking after my health that I'm so, you know, which is important. I didn't care, you know, I didn't care about what was going on out there. I was that caught up in my spiral of shit thinking, depression, that it took me over a month. I was finished. I was gone. It took me 4 months to heal. And I came back to Melbourne. And this time around, it was a week, of course, jet lag and all that, excuses, da-da-da. It didn't take me a month. It took me a day or 10 minutes to fucking say, whoa, what the fuck am I doing? Because I've got accountability.
What message did I send you yesterday?
Oh, you have a... And I'm like, what? I got like, nah, hang on, I'm doing my best. No, we don't do our best. And I started thinking like that, like I'm doing my best. No, we don't do our
I
best.
said, you got the result. You said, no. I said, you're not fucking doing it.
Yeah. If you stop and start, this is what Leigh says, okay, and I believe it too. If we stop and start, okay, we're going for glory, yeah? No guts, no glory. So we're going for glory.
No guts, no glory. You didn't know that?
No?
There you go. Carpe diem.
Fuck, man, I got goosebumps. You're my twin, I'm telling
There you
you.
go.
If we're going for glory, okay, if we stop and start, and when I'm telling you guys, I don't think I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, okay? I don't think I'm better than you. If we stop, start, can't be fucked, can't be bothered, we're not going to achieve, we're not going to get the results. So if we go, not flat stick, but if you've got the foot on the pedal, then, you know, 2% every day, like, you know, my mentors tell me 2% every day, then, you know, you're going to get it, and it becomes an autopilot. It does become autopilot because you're living in it. So yeah,
It is achievable.
anything is achievable. Like, I've conquered cancer. Anything is achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You that again. That's terrible. Still shit.
Yeah. Almost got knocked out. So, you know, with all this, and you know, with everyone that's on here, that, you know, obviously some people really have to be engaged, and we're going to be sharing this out to everyone. So we really, you know, we appreciate everyone being on. But what you can see of the whole collective is, you know, 4 people, but it's not about me. It's about 3 beautiful women that have been on their own journey, and it's been like that. But the biggest takeaways that I got from that is what they have learned and how they have used their strategies, loved themselves, put themselves first. That's made the big difference, which they aren't. They're not going back into their old ways, because it's and what that says to me is the application of information and self-love. That they've learned some stuff with their own, and they've gone, okay, why keep doing the same fucking problem? Because unfortunately, people go, oh, it doesn't work, and then they go back and they go worse because they've paid money, they've paid time, they've invested in themselves, and then they've gone actually worse because it's like they've tasted the fruits, they've seen that they've got power, and then they go back and do fuck all. Yeah. And that's where some people really go into, and we know some people personally, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm so excited about this as well, because it's about community, and we are growing like that, and we're growing that ways, and we're growing up. And my biggest dream as well is to be able to bring people like this on a main stage, because I look at all, because you spend time with Tony Robbins, and there's a lot of just, they're all singular's. And what about having superstars, like a team of a collective?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like a team of like superheroes. No one else is doing that except for us.
Yeah.
So don't try to copy. I say try because you're not going to do it.
Yes.
So I just want to really give the love back to the ladies. I don't know if you want to share something with the people, just a message that you just want everyone just to leave with. I know that we'll put this out, and we'll get it out to a lot of other groups, because there's a lot of powerful groups called Power Thoughts, and I'll add all you ladies into that. There's over 1 million people, almost 1 million people in that. There's the Namaste group, which people need to hear this. A lot of people that have gone through their own battle, especially for ladies. There's the 1111 group. Lessons for Life is huge as well. And I'm getting great feedback with my videos, but to have the powerhouse that we've got here, would be really cool to share that. So, do you ladies want to add something? Because I'm going to take everyone out, shout everyone out for lunch. We're going to go somewhere good if everyone got time.
Yes. Yes, we do.
So cool. We'll do that. Do you want to throw one out there?
I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to talk?
Yes.
Wait.
She wants to talk.
No, I was told to shut up. No. So the best advice I can give to you guys is that, I know a lot of you are going through your own stuff, and I know that, you don't need to be embarrassed, there's no judgment here, we're all the same, we're on the same, we were born the same, we die the same, we're all the same, yeah? So if you've got something, if you feel alone, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel, I'm going to start crying, because, I know people are really struggling out there, and just do something that you didn't do yesterday. Do something for you. Do something that's going to benefit you, because if you keep looking out there, and caring and worrying about everybody else, I'll tell you something, no one cares about you. No one cares. You've got to look after you. So, the best advice I can give to you guys is that, I'm here, Leigh's here, the girls are here, Team Beast Mode is here. You're not alone. So, where I'm doing coaching, there's so many services that are available, but you need to do what you didn't do yesterday that's going to benefit you. Because if it benefits you, then it's the ripple effect. Then it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit your friend, and it's going to benefit your mum, your dad, your twin, your babies, your kids. So everything starts from yourself, and it's self-love. So,
Wow.
Awesome.
I want to add to that. For me, there's no age limit around restarting, taking a chance on yourself, having a go, getting in there and living. Just because you thought you couldn't yesterday doesn't mean you can't today. It means that you get in and have a go and see what life is about, and wash it off if you don't think it's perfect, because it doesn't have to be perfect. The ripple effect of people getting involved and seeing you for who you are is absolutely amazing, in that the right resources will show up for you when you need them, and each day is a different day. I've always lived by the mantra.
Can you move over? I want to make sure you're missing one. I'm a bit wolf at it, but take it on.
Live your truth with courage and conviction. I've always lived by that. It's always got me through the darkest times, and it's got me through the great times as well, to have some amazing experiences. and it's going to take me forth and everyone forth around me to make sure they get what they need and what they deserve. So don't think that, you know, your story is holding you back of why you can't. Think about appreciating your story and the value of why you can. There's so much knowledge and experience in everyone's stories that if we actually band together to share them, we would lean into each other so much more and create so many leaders, which would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But we'll also.
You stole his clap, are you serious?
See, like I was like a silver.
Yeah, Nat, we were saying before we started, we were actually talking about, like, very briefly, but it felt really right with our hearts connected, that we are actually going to start a group.
Yeah.
We are going to start a group to empower, awaken your power, all women, okay, because you inspire me massively.
Thank
you
you.
inspire me,
Thank
but you know your toughness is like very inspiring. But you know, we're just getting together as a collective.
100%.
And
Collective movement is what's going to empower so many more to think what's possible.
Yeah.
Remember that saying? Alone where you need, together we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable, 100%.
So we'll be organising that, guys. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, 100%.
Good.
Empowering women.
Oh yeah.
Your
Yes, and for me, I just want to say that everything's fun. Everything is fun. Life is fun, and you should always be playful. Nothing has to be so serious, because when you start taking things too seriously, then it becomes shit. So just have fun, enjoy the moment, and just live life every day. That's all I can say.
Alright, so we're gonna do a curtsy. I'm gonna do a curtsy with you girls. So we're gonna stand up, you girls can dance, we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna say, we're gonna leave it with everyone because I'm hungry, my stomach's growling, it's a freaking beautiful day. Thank you everyone, we're gonna share this with you know, there's so many takeaways there. You know, the crazy thing is, and again, while I'm blessed and I don't piss in anyone's pocket, is that, you know, having these amazing people around me, is that, you know, knowing what we'll, you know, well, not really knowing what we're going to talk about, but bringing this together, you know, I'm truly blessed to be a part of it. So thank you, ladies. Hang in.
Also, I would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity. Like, if it wasn't for you, we would not be, or I would not have been. I wouldn't have awakened my power. So you know, man. Every time I look, I'm about to cry.
I'd be my lip then. You see
So I'm very grateful. Very grateful and honoured to have you in my journey, and I know that you're here. You know, you are, and Jaboa is, and you know, I really look forward to, you know, many years and moments.
See how hot she is.
I really need to show the world. So thank you so much. You know, if you didn't step into your power, and you know, you were in the dark times, and you were here, like there, and you know, just doing what you're doing is just.
It's a gift. It's a gift to be shared and to bring everyone on the journey of their own life.
And you know, even my second part, when I came back to Melbourne, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, me able to do what I do, and you know, having that beautiful that energy over there, and the balance and then having my parents, but more importantly is that I showed up for you guys. You know, I showed up. There was times I broke down in live streams, and then, you know, there was challenges even before this retreat. It was, but you know, it's being able to, like what you said, show up, and you guys are doing the exact same thing for everyone out there in the family.
But even acknowledging some of the challenges you faced by being at the retreat, and showing up and understanding this is real, this is life, but how you push through it and how you get through it every single day. Seeing that from such a leader was a lot of gratitude for that, because it's like, if you can do it and you still go through those challenges, anything is possible. Everything you've achieved and the results you're getting, it's like, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. So
like, as you know, I chose that villa for a certain reason, to put myself into a place of you know, being uncomfortable. To say, well, you know what, like, well, it's alright for Leigh, we've seen him in his happy days, but hold on, he puts himself into a place where it's challenging. So
that was good. Absolutely, thank you. It was a beautiful place.
It was beautiful. So awesome, guys. The girls are going to rock it out, and thank you for your time and everything. Obviously, we've got the workshop, which is happening in Perth, so Manny doesn't have to fly down and work that out. So it's going to be the 28th to the 29th in Perth. We're looking at even being able to rock out a Melbourne one, because look at the superstars we've got here as well. And we've got the awesome retreat. It's going to be from the 6th to the 11th of November. So see you all there. Take care and have an amazing Sunday. Go Tigers!
Sign the blue.